don't work. You don't need brakes.
I forgot that they blew that line.
Probably right there. Look at that heap of junk. But it sounds good.
Although
AJ,
it doesn't start good.
No, it doesn't. What are we doing to this heap?
This heap is going in the Comanche, and we are excited about that. So we're gonna get this.
You gotta be careful. The heap is not going into the Comanche. The engine in the heap is going in the Comanche.
That's fair, that's fair.
See,
okay,
get it
let's
right.
start over.
Okay.
Okay, engine, transmission, transfer case, drive shafts, axles, that's going in the Comanche. The nasty body, we're getting rid of that.
Going to the crusher.
Going to the crusher.
Just open the hood.
I know, right?
You were making fun of me. All right, let's tear it apart. We should start by connecting the red to the black and see what happens.
This was worth, I can't remember what I bought this truck for.
It's probably $100.
Right there, rusty pry tool.
Is it snap-on?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Oh, it is.
Look, you can get that swapped out. Now you got two.
Well, it is snap-on.
It is snap-on.
Dude, that's a $50 tool.
That was worth it right there. That could have been really bad.
I tried to catch it.
Yeah, you did.
This is reminding me of the 6.4 version. Remember when I dropped it?
Like that?
Just like that. Since we want engine, transmission, transfer case, drive shafts, all that, we've got, I think they did an aftermarket install on a transmission fluid filter, so we're gonna pull that. We also want to save the brakes, the brake booster, ABS module, all that, because we're going to run all this in the Comanche. We're going to have to figure out room for it. I don't exactly know where it's going to go, but we're going to find some spot for it. So anyways, that's what we're doing next. Just cut the steering shaft in half. Tim's been working on the body mounts, getting those bolts out. We are pretty close to rolling this cab off.
That one came right off. All right, so we got the 4 or 6 body mounts underneath to do, and then it's ready to flippity flop off.
And I still ain't sure just what I'm trying so hard to find. The night seems longer and the wind blows louder when you wandered so far from home. If I cross your mind, say a prayer, I find my way and get off of this lonely road.
Can you hear me? Tell me, can you hear me? I've been calling out for help, still don't see nobody near me. I'm down and almost underground and so deep in the valley, I can't even tell you which way is the mountain.
It's got 1,000 steps you have to do to get it.
We found this in
ignite.
the truck, and we're gonna play with it and see if we can blow ourselves up. AJ, do the honors.
Well, it's if I can actually do the honors. I don't know. There we go. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Go ahead. No. Yep.
Don't knock any rust off or scratch the door.
Whoops.
That didn't work.
go. Ready? Hey, it started to slip on me, so I just went for it. Well, that was fun. Well, guys, there's the cab off. That's exciting. We'll get the engine, transmission, transfer case out. We'll set it aside when we're done with the dually Avalanche.
Did it?
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Just a man who's got blood all on his hands, but does a humble sinner still deserve a chance? Hey, take me up, I pray to God I never
Step by
land.
step, I walked 100 miles, and I still ain't sure just what I'm trying so hard to find. The night seems longer and the wind blows louder when you want so far from home. If I cross your
That's a good idea.
It's harder to get done what I want. Because you get a little bit more height by doing that. There you go. You almost got it.
Well, we got it out. That's pretty exciting. I wish we had a bigger skid steer, but I mean, tons of people don't even have this, so I'm thankful to have this too. Got it out, we'll get it in the barn, and at a later date, we will tear this thing down, and I'm not sure if we're gonna do a full rebuild on it, or if we're just gonna do some minor stuff and get it in. Not sure yet, but that's exciting to get it out.
In case you're wondering, this is the proper way to move a Ford cab. Waiting on AJ.
Did you know?
The Muffin Man?
All right, fun fact, even though it's loud, Iron Man uses the exact same welder that we use.
Fun, useless fact.
Oh, that's not useless. That's important information. Do with it what you will.
We got these mounts all built last week. Man, did they turn out awesome. We were gonna polish these all up with a flap wheel, make the welds look like we're professionals, and shoot some paint on this, but we're gonna throw this on AJ. He did not think about shock mounts. So we gotta figure out shock mounts. And then he didn't tell me to bring the plasma cutter today, so I don't know how we're gonna build those.
Anything that goes wrong, it's all AJ's fault.
I cannot take responsibility for my actions, so it's AJ's fault. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna skip cleaning it up for today. We're gonna get airbags bolted up. I have all the nuts to hold the bags in. We have air fittings over there. We are going to air this up and let the air hold the Avalanche and see how cool it is. I'm also contemplating going one size bigger on the tires, so we're gonna kind of do some range of motion and see what it looks like and see how bad our clearance is, because it's gonna be pretty close. But
also today, we might see if we can get the flywheel, no, not the flywheel.
The bell housing.
The bell housing on.
Yeah.
See how that works on there.
So the parts vehicle, the parts van that I bought for the Duramax Jeep has a Dana 80 dually axle in it. It's been rebuilt, at least that's what we've been told. That axle is gonna go in this Avalanche as well. So we might drag that up here, lop that off. We're ready to scrap things. We have a pile of vehicles here that need to go to the scrap. So that might be something we were gonna do. Instead of 95 today, it's gonna be like 89. So it's a little more tolerable to work outside. But let's get these bags in and get these jack stands out from underneath here and see how this thing looks riding on air. It's closer. Look at that. How come this side's lower? There we go. That one probably is gonna need to come down more.
Yep, but I got it in.
Okay, well those are started. There's like no
You don't need shocks. What are you talking
There's
about?
like
Look.
no pressure in there. That's so cool. And it,
Guys, that is awesome. Right there, the airbags are holding it. I don't know how much pressure's in it exactly, but it's not that much. Well, we think. We're assuming.
yeah, we think.
Just under 30.
Nice.
All right, now that we got the airbags on, aired up, let's go underneath. Let's get that bell housing on and see if it fits with the floor of the cab.
This flywheel is freshly turned. Unfortunately, it's been in the elements for about a year. I had cut out just enough of the firewall to clear this big bell housing, and I'm not sure that we're gonna have clearance here. Probably gonna end up having to cut a little bit more of that out, which is fine. And I see we've got mud daubers that built some nests in here, but we just need to get 2 bolts in there and see how this fits. And it only weighs a ton. Of course, it's got a hook on the 1 bolt. Oh, dude, look at that.
Went right in.
I mean, it's at an angle, but this actually fits. Like we're into the bell housing, we're into the flywheel housing of the engine, but one of these gussets right here is hitting my cab, which isn't that big of a deal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this down, we're gonna notch just a little bit. It's over here, but we're gonna notch a little bit of this gusset so I can spin it. This has to be parallel to the ground, and then we can get our bolts in, and that answers the question. The other change I think I need to make is this is the clutch linkage right here. I think we're gonna move it from this side to up over here. There's more room over here. So let's get this gusset right here notched just a little bit, and we'll test fit it again. There we go. Okay, we went ahead and took the clutch shaft out because it was hitting on the body up here, but that light grinding I did on that one gusset made this thing go right in. We'll be able to put all 18, well, I guess 17 of the 18 bolts in. I don't know if there's that many or not. There's probably not, but anyway, that's gonna work out really well. We're still gonna do our shifter linkage right here because there is more room than there is over here. And we'll put this in once we put our clutch in, and then we'll have to slide the transmission in instead of doing it like we did with AJ's truck where we put it all in as one. But the next question is this gonna clear the transmission? Because the transmission that I originally mocked this truck up with is actually the same transmission in AJ's truck, the Spicer 7+1, and this cleared perfectly. But the transmission I'm gonna use, the 6-speed, I'm not so sure. This is the Duramax Jeep donor vehicle frame. That's the cube van. This is a Dana 80, and the vans are wider than the pickups. So we're gonna transplant this Dana 80 into my Avalanche because this has 373 gears in it. My Avalanche actually came with 410s, and the front axle I just put in is 373 because that's what I want. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this out. This trailer hitch is actually gonna go on my Duramax Avalanche. So we're gonna save that, that's massive, and see how it all goes. We got it up on jack stands. We're gonna unbolt this axle, slide it out of the way, and see how that Dana 80 fixed to find out what we need to buy. Okay, we got the Dana 80 switched in here, and it pretty much sits exactly how the other axle set, but I had widened the other axle by 4 inches, and this one sits right where it needs to be, and it's perfect. The issue we have to contend with is, if you look down the center, you can see this axle is further back. You've only got a couple inches here versus like 6 inches up here. And that's because when I built this, I had the spring hanger in the front flipped upside down to get the Avalanche to sit lower, and I flipped it back over to get it the proper orientation, but that then pushed the axle back. So what I think I'm gonna do is, these spring perches on this axle are about 1 inch narrower than this frame. So we already need to cut those spring perches off. I'm gonna get spring perches that have multiple alignment holes, so that'll allow us to push this axle forward probably about 1 inch is my thinking. It's just a guess, but that'll put this axle back in the center, then we can tighten this up for good and keep moving forward. Well, for doing 2 projects at once, I think we're doing pretty good. I don't feel like we're getting enough done at one time on this, but at the end of the day, it does feel like we're making progress. It's a little bit at a time, but it is progress. And being I've started everything over the last 7 years and not finished it, we're not doing bad. We're making good progress on the 6.0 Comanche. We've got that engine out. It is sitting on the floor right over there. And when we get some time, we'll start tearing into that and figuring out, it's got a hard start or a long extended crank. We think it needs standpipes and dummy plugs and all that fun stuff. But it feels really good to get the Dana 80 in the back of the Avalanche here. I'm gonna bring the transmission next week, and we will go ahead and fit the bell housing, not permanently, but bolted up with more than 2 bolts. We'll get the transmission bolted up and start seeing how all this is gonna line up. I built that transmission cross member for a different transmission. So is it gonna work with this? We don't know. I also have an auxiliary transmission. It's an under direct overdrive. The plan is to put that behind the transfer case. Is all this gonna work? We don't know, but we're gonna start fitting things and making it happen. We do have to look at shock mounts. We didn't really think about that before, but we are moving. If we could have this on the road in 2 or 3 months, it would be absolutely amazing, and we are getting there. If you haven't seen any of the previous videos, definitely go check those out. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the little bell indicator thingy so you know when there's a new video coming out, and we will catch you guys next time. Sweet!
All right, now that we got that bell house,
That felt great!